Welcome back, everyone. Today we aren't going to be doing a Lego Star Wars review or any other review. Today I'm actually going to get excited for 2025 and what we have for Lego Star Wars coming up. So I've already went over the rumored sets and the sets that are going to be coming out in 2025, but I'm going to give you today 5 of my favorite sets that haven't came out or haven't came out in the last few years, and I wish they will come out next year for the 20th year anniversary for Revenge of the Sith. Let's go right into it. The first set that I have here is the Turbo Tank. I've mentioned this a couple times in previous videos, but the number one for me is going to be the Turbo Tank. I don't have a Turbo Tank in my collection. I do not really want to go back and buy any of those, simply because if we're getting a new one in 2025, I'm going to spend less later on after this one's come out if it's good in comparison to those older ones. However, if it's not good, I could be paying more, kind of like the gunship with the new one out. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Lego does their job on getting us a nice turbo tank. But number one's definitely the turbo tank. Haven't seen it in a while. I want clones in the turbo tank though. As we see it in the movie, there are a lot of clones. It's Kashyyyk clones when it's on Kashyyyk. But I would be fine with seeing a different battalion other than Kashyyyk clones. It would be cool if we saw Kashyyyk ones as well too. If we're going to get a different battalion, I would hope that we at least get the commander of that battalion. So Kashyyyk would be Gree. I would not be opposed to getting a Commander Wolf since we do not have one. That would be really cool. But I also want to see 3 or 4 clone troopers to go with Wolf or with Gree. Kashyyyk or Wolf Pack or 104th would be great to see that with them. And then also for those clone troopers, an actual opposing separatist army. So maybe 3 or 4 droids and then a droidica, or maybe you could add some super battle droids since we have them already. So maybe like 3 or 4 regular B1 droids, 2 super battle droids, and then possibly another droid we haven't seen in a while. Or a small droid ship to go with it too. That would be really cool. I don't want to just see a turbo tank with 5 clones and a Jedi. I would like to see it go against something, and maybe they could put different sets on the shelves that actually go against that and go with that Kashyyyk timeline. But first and foremost, turbo tank. Number two, we've gotten this I think once, and this is the Anakin and Obi-Wan Jedi Interceptors. We just got Obi-Wan's starship. I would love to see Anakin's Jedi Interceptor and Obi-Wan's Jedi Interceptor together in a combo box. This sounded pretty crazy back in the day. So we just received the Fang Fighter and the TIE Interceptor as a combo. It would be really cool to see the 2 Jedi Interceptors as a combo and some Buzz Droids like back in the day. So that's number two. It's kind of, I was at first kind of like, that's probably not even realistic. But now with the double sets coming out, even the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing for Rebuild the Galaxy, now we have a good opportunity to get ourselves an Anakin and Obi-Wan Jedi Interceptor combo. That would be awesome if we got one of those. I'm hoping the price point for that wouldn't be over $60, considering 2 Jedi Interceptors separate, probably $30. Now they're making them $40 though, so it could be an $80 set to a $100 set, kind of like the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing, with it being $110, which is just crazy. So hopefully it's not that expensive, but I would love to see that. Number three, which is kind of a high demand one, a lot of people want this one, but Palpatine's Arrest. It would be so good to get a Palpatine's Arrest. If we got Palpatine and all those Jedi that he killed there in that scene, once again, would be amazing. It's been so long, and those figures are super expensive now, so it'd be really cool to see them remake those figures and maybe make them better, maybe make them a little bit more detailed than we had back then. So that's my number three. Palpatine's Arrest, it's kind of a fan favorite, kind of like, I like the set, yeah, but it's not definitely one of my biggest ones. That's why I put it at 3. And I just think it's realistic to what we could get for the Revenge of the Sith anniversary. It's a set that is highly featured in previous iteration, and it's also a very important time in the movie, so definitely would be cool to see that in Lego. The fourth set I would love to see is the Invisible Hand. Now, we already have a MIDI scale Invisible Hand. I actually have a review of that, so go check that out if you're interested in MIDI scale sets and Invisible Hand review there. But I want to see Invisible Hand in a play scale. It'd be super cool to see a play scale model of that, so we can get some of the figures we don't have or we haven't had in a while. So a Count Dooku and a General Grievous would be cool. A Palpatine that's currently arrested, an Obi-Wan and an Anakin that are infiltrating that, and that would be the best situation for us. So just getting a lot of minifigures that we don't quite have right now. Another Palpatine back in that time period. Count Dooku's been, I mean, years since we've got a Count Dooku. General Grievous, a few years since his starship. So putting those out there would be awesome. And that's kind of why I was saying in the starship review of General Grievous that we could see his set. If he's featured in the Invisible Hand, it's a highly likelihood they want to use that mold more, and we could then maybe get a General Grievous's starship. That's not on my list, but it's possible that we could get that as well. Number 5 and the final one is going to be Padme's J-type ship. Now, this one I put at 5 only because it is extremely specific. I doubt it comes because it's so specific, but it is probably higher on this list of what I would love to see we haven't seen. So in the end of Revenge of the Sith, when Padme is going to see Anakin on Mustafar, she's flying that beautiful chrome ship. That is the ship I would love to see in Lego. We could feature Padme, or maybe even a pregnant Padme, along with Anakin, and he's already gone Sith there with those Sith eyes. We could have Obi-Wan stowed away into the ship in a little hiding compartment. It'd be a really cool play feature there too. Of course, in that we can have just those 3 characters. You could throw a shock trooper in there for after their duel of Anakin and Obi-Wan. We have shock troopers right now in the mold, so you could throw a shock trooper in there for people for 4 figures if you wanted. 4 figures and her ship, probably like $50 to $60, which would be great. But yeah, I would love to see that. It'd be kind of hard to see chrome now because they went away with the original chrome pieces back in the early 2000s. Those just get scuffed up and peel, but they could use some of the chrome pieces that we use now for Mandalorian's helmet and stuff like that. So I do have some honorable mentions here. Some of the other fan favorites I think people would want to see. First is Wookiee Catamaran from the Kashyyyk battle. That would be really cool to see one of those again too. Not personally one of my favorites, so it didn't make the list. Battle pack with Kashyyyk troopers or a battle pack with 212 from Utapau. So either or. Kashyyyk troopers, we had one of those in the swamp speeders before. We just got a swamp speeder for the 332nd Company. I don't see them making another swamp speeder for Kashyyyk troopers, so that's why it's not on the list either. Battle pack with 212 though could go well with the ATTE that just released, and we have plenty of ATTEs now that were into circulation. So if we added a battle pack so people could get those troopers for a little bit cheaper now, would be awesome. And to army build that with the ATTE would be pretty cool. So that's another honorable mention. We do have previous battle packs for Utapau we've received, but it's been a while since we've gotten one, so that's possible as well. And then the diorama Anakin versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've seen a few mocks of this, which is really cool, but basically Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi on Mustafar when they're fighting. We have a play scale of that set, but an actual diorama of that set would be really cool, where we can actually display a nice build of those two and show the story of what happened there. So those are the 4 honorable mentions I have. Let me know if you guys have any other sets that you want to see next year for Revenge of the Sith. There's still plenty of other ones that could be a set, and plenty of other models and scenes from the movie that could be made into Legos. So hopefully we get something new. That would be kind of cool. At least one set we haven't seen before. And if they do remake these sets, hopefully that we get the actual builds we want and the minifigures we want. We have to have a battle pack at some point in 2025, so it's just a matter of what they put as a battle pack. So please feel free to like and subscribe down below. We are at 123 subscribers as this video. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. I will be, like I said in the previous video, dismantling the setup behind me with all these sets and putting them into boxes now. So I will make a video of us packing up this room. I'll also make a second part to that video of us moving this whole room into the new Lego room. But while we're doing that, I'll still try and make content. It just might look a little different here as we're going on. Should be moving here in a few months, so we'll be making sure that we can get the videos out while we're doing that still. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all in the next one.